If they said a madman said he won't say anything until he looks for his head and he does not see it, we can't stay and wait until our heads are pulled over our necks. If there is any information that any person should give about security and those who are behind the obnoxious acts in our various communities and the hinterlands, please, whether you are a journalist or any person for that matter, come forward and share your information with us. Come forward, wherever. DSS has offices in the 774 local governments in Nigeria and the 36 states and Abuja and FCT. Come forward or call me. And every day we check our social media handles and website and emails. People give information, and you can be one of those who can also bring in this information. You can direct your family members to us to share what you know, because the criminals live among us. They're even the friends of some persons. So if your family member is behaving in a way that is antithetical to peace and public security or public order, you can also report him or her. And that way, we'll jointly solve the problems of insecurity. So do not shield yourself from responsibility or blame only to think that it's only security agencies that must fight crime. With the national security strategy, every person and every hand must be on deck. After all, every person who has a phone is now challenging traditional journalists. Every person now is a community journalist, publishes news of any kind, and even establishes their own platforms and handles and give news. So if your job is being taken over by every person, then in a way, you can also be part of security management, and that way we have the harmony that we want. In Ogun State, it's very unfortunate that most times our journalists, or some journalists, will choose skewed news rather than factual news. And the difference in all of this, like I have always said in fora of this nature, or forum of this nature, is that we do not cross-check our facts. Let me make a comparison. If after this meeting, you were going back to your offices and you were hit by a car at Tipa Garage, maybe you were going back to Kubwa and you were hit at Tipa Garage, or even by Sahastos. Sahastos is close to this place. Would you say you were hit in the defense headquarters? You would not say that. But for mischief, it would rather make you pleasant to say it was when you were leaving the press conference that the DMO sent a car to hit you. And people will believe you. So, Fatai Isiaka and Samuel Oyero, about 14th or thereabout of May, were arrested in Ogun State, in Ilaro or so. There was a case in Agososo or Agosasa. Yes, those who know the place, wanting arson and all of that. And some persons were behind that over what? Chieftaincy tussle. You know, the government gave somebody a staff of office, one Aziz Akimpelu, and some persons preferred Sunday Abogurin, and you know, the camps were. So you want us to cross our hands and watch people destroy themselves and property so that we won't be blamed of arrest of people. So they were, yes, people came to court and people were arrested, but not in the court premises, not at all. It couldn't have been. But because some persons had control of the media, it was good for them to report it from a jaundiced point of view, and they so did. But the DSS, over time, has shown good conduct and has also shown obvious respect for the judiciary. And the judicial officers can bear testimony to this. You can ask the hierarchy of the judiciary in Nigeria, or every rung of the judiciary can testify to the harmonious relationship we have with them. Daily Trust wrote editorial this morning that was a scathing of the DSS. And I won't say we take exceptions to that, because it's your right to express your opinion the way you want, but at least we must continually discharge our responsibility with every sense of responsibility, patriotism, and love for the nation. You mentioned several cases of Emefiele, Bawa, and some of these cases are sub judice, and I won't sit down here to make comments on them for the reasons that they are in court. I'm surprised that the Daily Trust did not respect the sanctity of the court to come to cast SSS in the negative way that it did. But we have had a very wonderful relationship with the media. The DGSS is not someone who would be in combat with men of the media. We have never been, and we wouldn't want to be. Isolated cases, yes, but it's not institutional. So please, once there are things you need clarifications for, you cannot, my doors are open, my lines are open, the DG is open, the service is open. We have an interactive website. You can always approach us to find out what, and we will always give you information once what you are seeking for is relevant to national security management. So we didn't arrest Fataya and Oyeworo in the court premises, not at all. We did not, and we couldn't have been. The presiding justice, for that matter, was Justice A.A. Shobayo in Elaro, in the State High Court in Elaro. And any person in that court will bear witness that those two persons were never arrested in the court house. You know, if something happened in Area 8 or Area 7, and you are arrested in another part of Area 8, that does not suggest that you were arrested in the Army or Defense Headquarters. It was a misplaced news, and Daily Trust, please, you may cross-check your facts. Thank you very much. The DSS respects the law. We engage in rule of law, and our contributions to democratic growth in Nigeria is noticeable, and we'll continue to do that for the love of nation and citizens. Thank you very much.